have a dream. Someone say, I have a dream. ICLV has a dream. And I believe that as you catch that dream, God's going to give you personal dreams. I believe that what you're doing right now may not be what you do the rest of your life. I'm believing that God's literally going to breathe on you today and is going to begin to give you a God dream. And there's a difference between a God dream and a worldly dream. And I want to share the difference. A God dream is initiated by the Holy Spirit. It's fueled by compassion, by faithfulness and justice, by love, and fueled by the love for others. Other dreams are initiated by self. They're initiated by others that may not be led by the Holy Spirit. Even spiritual forces of darkness, they're fueled by lust, greed, ego, fears, bitterness, or even revenge. So 2 types of dreams. A spirit-filled and initiated dream and an other initiated dream. Now in the Old Testament, there's great examples of dreamers. Let me mention a few. David, motivated by justice and love for his nation, said, "You uncircumcised Philistines, how dare you speak against my nation? How dare you come against the army of God?" and knock that guy out and cut his head off. David was motivated by justice and love for his nation. Abraham, motivated by obedience, heard the voice of God and said, "I'm going to leave my family to go to the promised land." Abraham was motivated by obedience, a vision, a dream. Joseph had the vision of saving many souls. He said to his brothers, "Well, you meant for harm, God meant for good, for the saving of many souls." Nehemiah rebuilt the walls around Jerusalem. Why? Because of compassion for his people. He loved his people, and he's willing to leave comfort and risk his life to build the walls around Jerusalem. Jacob was motivated by love. Love for a woman named Rachel. And we know the story. He worked 7 years, and then he had to work another 7 years, 14 years to get his bride. How many think that's love? Is anybody still with me on this? The Old Testament are full of examples of dreamers. Dreamers, God dreamers. The New Testament, of course, speaks of the greatest dreamer of all. Hebrews chapter 12, verse 2. Read it, please, my friend.
Looking unto Jesus, the author and finisher of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross, despising the shame, and has sat down at the right hand of the throne of God.
For the joy set before him, Diana. What was that joy, friends? Do you know what the joy it's referring to here? For the joy. He saw something that motivated him so much, he was willing to go through hell, literally. He's willing to go through persecution, death, beatings, and all the other stuff, and humiliation, to get for the joy that he had, this vision, this dream that the Father had given him. He said, it's worth going through all this garbage.